Since it's Halloween, I figure I'll share with you a living nightmare that happened to me about 4 years ago while I was in college. As most, if not all, people do while at university, I was at a party and having a good time with about 20 or so friends. We are all drinking some kind of punch, which is basically Kool-Aid mixed gin and grain alcohol, and chain smoking cigarettes while dressed like a bunch of assholes. It was a good enough time, you know? And since it's the fall and the air is changing, about, I don't know, a couple hours into the party, I randomly get a nosebleed. It's not really a big deal, so I go to the bathroom and I patch myself up, which takes about 5 minutes, but you know, that's no sweat off my back. So I finish up, I leave the bathroom, and I go find my drink, and I should have realized that it was in a different state than when I left it. But you're not really thinking clearly when you're shitty on hard alcohol. So I drink the damn thing down, and since I need to slow down a little bit, I switch over to beer and then go interact with some friends, you know, just to chill out. We're sitting there on the couch for about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, and I'm chatting up this girl, but midway in our conversation, I start to feel horrible. Kind of like my stomach is about to fall out of my asshole. I mean, that kind of horrible. So I figure this is the point where I've reached the point of no return. So I tell my friends that I'm out and headed home, which kind of sucks because that girl was pretty attractive, but I need to get out of there because I'm feeling kind of sick. Anyway, the walk home is pretty long since our campus was big. Maybe like 15 minutes sober, 20 to 30 minutes while drunk. Fortunately for me, some of this walk is on a secluded path, so what happened next was only experienced by me, and I didn't see any other passersby while it was happening. So the walk is taking me extra long because of the drunkenness, and the shoes I was wearing kept coming off, so I took them off to walk barefoot. Anyway, about halfway through, I can't take it anymore. Everything just hits me all at once, so I lean over and I vomit about 2 pounds of shit I just drank and 2.5 digested slices of pizza all over my feet. And of course this starts to make my nose bleed again, so I've got a mixture of blood and vomit caked all over my face and my shirt, my pants, and my feet. Well, I looked and I smelled horrible, but I figured the worst was over, and I was only maybe 15 minutes away from the apartment, so I gathered up my shit and I start to walk again. And 5 minutes later after that, the nausea just hits me again, but this time it's different. I have got to shit my brains out. Now I'm starting to panic because I'm a grown-ass man and I don't want to shit myself, so I start to run. And keep in mind, I'm barefoot and I'm wasted, and, well, maybe 4 or 5 sprints, and I either step on something sharp or I stub my toe, but I fall over in a heap of pain, and in my stumble, I lose all control over myself. My ass was like an oil vein being tapped. This black fucking liquid just explodes out of my ass and pools in my underwear, and at this moment I want to die. The smell hits me while I'm lying on the floor, and I vomit again and all over myself, and I'm thinking about the lumpy shit smearing across my legs and the blood and the vomit, and it's a vicious cycle. I can't stop puking, but I'm dry, so it's just dry heaving, and it hurts like hell. I'm rolling around on the floor, it's getting everywhere, and I am in a disastrous state. Eventually, I climb my feet and I start to walk back again, the shit leaking out of the bottom of my jeans with like every step I take. I'm like a diseased snail leaving a trail of puke and vomit and blood in my wake, and I'm basically crying and I have no energy, and I'm slightly lost, and it takes all of my willpower to get back to the apartment. Anyway, my roommate and his girlfriend, they answer the door when I'm knocking because I can't figure out how to get the fucking key in the door. So when they see me, they start fucking puking too. Like dead ahead because it's so sudden, and they paint me with their vomit, and they must have had seafood or something because it's clumpy and it smells like a fish tank. So that smell starts to make me dry heave again. And of course the sound makes them gag, and they start fucking puking some more, this purple shit from their mouth and wine they were probably drinking, and the whole entrance to our apartment is a fucking quarantined off, like zombie infected, shit stained wall thing. And eventually, you know, after 20 maybe not that long, but 10 minutes. We get our shit together. I hop in the shower, bag all my clothing, and I eventually clean the place. The next day, though, when my friends asked me, the friends from the party, they asked me how I was feeling, I had realized that they put something in my drink, but I didn't give them the satisfaction. I told them I rallied mid-walk home and met up with my roommate at a different party, met a girl there and took her back to my place, and my roommate, God bless his soul, seeing me in my previous condition the night before, well, he corroborated the story that he could hear us fucking in my bedroom and that it kept him up at night, so he was a good dude, and anyway, happy Halloween.